All right, so I got a little bit of a pan problem, and it doesn't help that the buyer keeps on sending me out new pans to test out. This is nice. How you open this joint? Because I don't want to rip it like a savage, but I will. Forget about it. So this is their 11-inch omelet pan. It is carbon steel, and it's part of their Mineral B Pro line. You can tell by the handle. This isn't my only pan that I have from the buyer. I have another carbon steel pan that is part of their Mineral B Pro line. I actually bought this pan with my own money. I've definitely got a lot of use out of it. But this is the main pan that I'll make my omelets on. This is 12.5 inches, but this one's 11. But since like the edges are curved, it's gonna be a lot easier to form that omelet and just like slip it off. And this is my other DeBuyer pan. You guys have already seen the review on this one. This is their stainless steel pan from their Affinity line. And this is also 12.5 inches. I've had this for a few months now and I really do love it. Also has their pro handle. Since this is carbon steel though, we do have to season it, and I'll explain what seasoning is a little bit later. But it has a lot of weight to it, but it kind of feels proportional. The 12.5-inch pan, maneuverability wise, this is a hard pan to deal with. But this one, even though it is carbon steel, so it's heavier, it still feels very manageable in your hand as far as just like the size and the weight. Since this pan is covered in beeswax, we have to wash it off with hot soapy water, and the water is gonna melt the beeswax. You just want to scrub it. Now that the pan is dry, you can tell that there's no beeswax on it. If there was beeswax on it, you'd be able to see like the trail of my finger. But as far as seasoning, what seasoning is essentially blackening the pan, to use like a more simpler term. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be burning on oil to the pan, because carbon steel is kind of porous. Like if you were to get like a microscope and look at this pan, you'd see that there's little divots in there, right? And that's what your food sticks to. So if you burn on oil to your pan, the burnt on oil fills in those little divots and makes it smooth. So like now this is essentially non-stick. So we're gonna do that with this pan, and it's gonna end up looking something like this. It's gonna be like a golden brown type color, and you guys are gonna see it. As far as the differences in my old carbon steel pan and my stainless steel pan and in this pan, these are just regular fry pans. So if you can tell by the shape, there's nothing really unique about this pan. It's just a regular fry pan, 12.5 inches. You can honestly cook a lot on here. This is a little bit more specialized, but since it's a pan, you can still cook whatever you want on it. It's just gonna be a little bit different. Today, I'm gonna cook an omelet on it, just since it is an omelet pan. And we're also gonna cook some pasta on it as well. So we're gonna do a steak, creamy lemon garlic pasta. And I'm gonna just show you guys that you can cook basically whatever you want. And since this is a more manageable size, it's like something that I'd recommend for someone who's not cooking super large portions, but still wants to have a large enough cooking surface to get pretty much anything done. As far as the difference between carbon steel and stainless steel is great, but you can't season it. So it's not naturally non-stick. You can use it in certain ways to make it non-stick. What I mean by that is like using it hot, using a sufficient amount of oil, and also just understanding what you can and can't cook on this. And pretty much you can cook anything on stainless steel. I'm not gonna sit here and act as if it's a super specialized material. It's not. You just have to know how to use it. But the benefit of stainless steel is that it's crazy light. It doesn't hold heat as well as carbon steel. As you can see, this is a very thick, heavy pan, so it's gonna hold heat better. The only aspect that I prefer stainless steel over carbon steel with is whenever I'm cooking something acidic. So if I'm gonna be cooking a steak, I'm gonna be making a red wine sauce. Since the wine is acidic, I don't wanna use it on the carbon steel pan, because what's gonna happen is the acid is going to rip off the burnt oil, and then you're gonna lose your seasoning. While that's not that big of an issue, it is something to think about whenever you are cooking on this pan, because one, you don't want to have that burnt oil getting in your food, just based off of like aesthetics and probably science. Probably not the healthiest thing to be ingesting. And on top of that, you don't wanna have to re-season your pan every time you use it. It just gets annoying. So I just prefer to use stainless steel for situations like that. If anything is gonna be acidic and I don't necessarily wanna deal with the seasoning of the whole pan situation, I'll just use stainless steel. There are several ways to do the initial seasoning when it comes to carbon steel pans or even cast iron or anything that you can season, but I'm gonna just do it the most basic of ways. Spread it around the pan, and I'm not gonna use that much. Now you can see that since the pan is hot, the oil is starting to smoke. We're gonna let it smoke a little bit more so we can burn it on the pan, and you can actually see that it's browning up as well too. So this is what I do as I season. I use a dry paper towel to just smoothen out that seasoning, because if you look closely at the oil as it starts to heat up, you can kind of see that the oil starts to bead up, right? As it beads up, if you don't wipe it down, they're gonna dry into like hard clumps instead of drying into like a smooth layer of oil on top of your pan. Realistically, you could do this in the oven. I kind of just don't have the heart for it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I may, depending on how this works. So if you take a look at the pan, you can see that we have started to develop a fairly nice seasoning on it. It's not the most even, so we are actually gonna throw it in the oven and season it that way. Since I'm gonna put this to the test with an omelet, I wanna make sure it's a really good seasoning on there before I do make my judgment on it. You can tell that there's a lot of hot spots in the middle of my stove. As we fan out though, it doesn't really get as hot. And I wanna make sure, since it's an omelet pan, I wanna make sure that I get the edges seasoned as well. So just a light coat, right? Just a little bit of oil. And then we're gonna also, since it's in the oven, we're gonna season it back too. Trying not to burn myself today. So now you take your pan, flip it upside down, and put it in here. And you're gonna leave it in there for a while. Alrighty, so it's been an hour. Let's check out this pan. Okay, looking pretty good, it's looking golden. This is what it looks like now. So as you can see, the outsides are starting to brown up too. It's not just the middle. Just give it 30 more minutes, it will be good. So, if you do have an electric stove, I would just say skip seasoning it on the stove and just throw it straight in the oven and save yourself the headache. If you do have a gas stove, then this will be a lot easier. You can just season it on the stove top the same way I was trying to season it. Since you can be more direct with the heat, you can kind of just twirl the pan around and really just heat up specific spots and really get a nice even season around it. But with an electric stove, it's gonna just heat up this bottom part and the sides aren't gonna get hot enough to really get a good season. All right, nice golden brown. That right there, that's a seasoned pan. We could go way more. We could season this until this entire surface or just this entire pan is as black as this hot spot was. But realistically, we don't need to do that because over time, you're just gonna start to develop that seasoning more and more. So this is good enough. We're gonna do a turkey sausage omelet. And if it feels like this is the buyer ad, they did send me this. They didn't pay me for it, but I genuinely really like their products a lot. So like, honestly, if I'm gonna do my little Dougie for the buyer, I'm gonna do it because I would do it even if they sent me or didn't send me these pans because I really do like their stuff. And if you look at damn near every single one of my videos, you're gonna see one of their pans. So it's not like I'm trying to sell you guys something that I don't even use myself. Just release the egg, make sure it's not stuck anywhere so we don't rip it. There we go, all right. So boop, oh, damn. That was my fault. That was definitely 100% my fault. Oh, let's see if we can fix this. Give me 1 second. No, I don't think we can fix this, I'm not gonna cap. No egg stuck to it though, so I guess that's a positive. Like that. I don't know why. Something told me that was gonna happen. Cause I've made an omelet 1,000,001 times perfectly. But this one time that I want to record it, nope. All right, that's too hot. All right. This is what we're gonna do. Get up under. Just gonna be serious. Can't take this lightly, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta get up in there and flip it quick. Cause if you pussyfoot around, you're gonna end up tearing the omelet. Let's get in there at the right angle, right? And then, boom! Woo! Now y'all got me activated. I'm sitting up in my seat now. So you just wanna touch it on this side for like a second, just cause the egg's already cooked. Boom. Cheese. Bam, 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 bam. I'm on a diet, so not too much cheese, even though that's a lot of cheese. Now that I look at it. Boom, 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 boom. Sausage. Wait, wait, wait. Wait, hurry up. Hurry up, man. That last omelet then woke me up now. Ooh. Some more cheese on the top, just so it sticks. The cheese is kind of like, it's like egg glue. Wait, come on. Bow, 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 bow. All right. Now we're gonna cut the heat. Gonna grab some of this water, boom. And then what we're gonna do is activate the egg glue. So the reason I do a little bit of water is just so I can melt that cheese on the top, because the cheese on the bottom is gonna get hit by the heat of the stove, right? But the cheese on the top ain't gonna get no love. So if you want it to be melted all around, I usually do a little bit of water and throw the lid on top of it so that steam can just kind of melt that cheese on the very top. It kind of softens up the outside of the egg as well. So even if you did overcook it a little bit, it's still gonna be a tad bit more moist than it would be had you not done the steam. Slide test. Bada boom. I still got it. I got too comfortable and you know I paid for it, but we're good now. We're good. And as far as sticking, bro, we can just hit this with a paper towel and we are Gucci. Super good. Hold up. Boom, 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 boom. A little fingernail action in there. Don't burn your fingernail though. I'm just gonna in the trash can. And voila, boom. Like I said, that first initial seasoning, it was good enough to get started. The pan is browning up even more just because you're heating up that oil again and again and again, and you're burning it on the surface. So as you cook more on it, it's gonna get not more even because this spot is just gonna get darker, but you're gonna start to darken up the entire pan and get to that point to where almost everything looks like this. This is as good as an omelet as you ever gonna see. I mean, you could make it a little bit better, but for the most part, hey bro, that shit damn good to me. Let's get this pasta going. I'm gonna be freestyling this pasta. I saw this pre-made creamy garlic lemon herb sauce and I was like, that sounds pretty good. I didn't look up how to make it though. I'm just making it off of just straight the dome. So if this isn't 100% accurate, don't kill me. So I have lemon, shallots, garlic, some parsley for decoration, of course, some basil, better than bouillon, chicken, of course, Parmesan, heavy cream, and then some other stuff. But let's get these shallots. If it will come off, goddamn. Maybe I should have took it to dinner first. So this is the easiest way that I know to break down garlic, right? Get the thing of garlic, set it down on the board. You hit one of these. You hit one of... I hit that a little bit too hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's garlic all over the place. But look. Just gonna roll it up. I feel like this is enough pasta. Do a money spread. There should be enough pasta. It is game time. That's not as hot as I want it to be. I'm gonna set this over here to cool off for a split second. The crust isn't looking too good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, left it on there just a little bit longer than I would have liked to, but we're fine. Throw the pasta in there. So we're gonna give the pasta some time to cook, then we're gonna get started on the sauce because since the sauce is gonna have heavy whipping cream in it, I don't want to start too early and end up having the sauce break or something before the pasta's ready. But overall, feeling pretty good. The steak is not my best work. I'm gonna be completely honest about that. Yeah, it's almost done. Go ahead, get these shallots on there. Just gonna do a few tablespoons of pasta water in here. Throw in some garlic. I just recently got this micro planer, so I'm really happy to use it. I'm just gonna cut the heat completely. I've already burnt the shallots, bro. This is, oh my God, bet. Pour some cream in there. When do we want to add the zest and the juice? Let's season this first. Okay, so that's good. That's actually really good. Sheesh. Just a little bit of smoked pep. I wanted some kick in there too. Okay, now this is getting too hot. Cut it, cut the heat, cut the heat, cut the heat. Sheesh. It tastes really good, but I feel like the flavor isn't full. Right now, I'm gonna add some of this basil. Kind of threw it off a little bit, if I'm being honest. So the zest of a lemon didn't really give what I thought I was gonna give. We're gonna add a little bit of the juice of a lemon, just a little bit. And we'll see how that changes the flavor. Because I don't want to add anything crazy if I don't have to. Honestly, we're at that point where we got what we got. I'm not mad at it as far as the flavor, but I still do feel like it's missing something. Even though that's the case, we're gonna go ahead and start adding in some of this pasta, get it tossed in the sauce. Get it lost in the sauce, actually. Like, do one of these. Oh, snap. Okay, bet. Wait, I got it. Okay, it's nice. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna kick on the heat, add some Parmesan, and then call it a day. Oh, slippery. Look, all I'm gonna say is this, bro. The sauce isn't perfect, but it is damn good, bro. And I'm not even exaggerating because I cooked it, bro. Like, this sauce is actually really good. The lemon makes it a little bit more complex. Everything flavor-wise is really good, but it's just not punching. You know what I'm saying? I did forget that lemon was acidic, so that may be ripping off some of this seasoning. Oh, don't use anything acidic in the pan. Use something acidic. Now it's for the plating. I want you guys to know that I bought this just for y'all. I was at Kroger last night and I saw it, so we're gonna see how this is gonna work. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Well, didn't come out looking as good as I thought it would, but it's pretty nice. I should ask Siri, how do you do this? Because this is kind of getting embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, we're just gonna take what we can get. Twist, twist, twist. And this is what we're left with. My fork definitely scratched some of the seasoning off, but as far as things sticking, ain't no sticking, man. That was a good seasoning. I'm gonna get cleaned up and then we'll go take a look at this steak. It's just my hands. And water. Yo, we cooked a cheese sauce on this, bro, and look at it. Nothing. As good as new. Get the back of rinse too. Leave them Teflon pans alone, bro. Go get you one of these. You do want to make sure you dry it because they can rust. Don't look too bad. Not too bad. Like I said earlier, not my best work. This isn't anything to be mad about, but you know, we're trying to go until we can't get it wrong. Now, for the star of the show, the parsley. Gonna sprinkle, oh, wait. Gonna add some Parmesan on top. Just a little bit of lemon juice. On the steak too, why not? Trying to make this look pretty. Happy about this. Something to be proud of. I'm gonna send a picture of it to my mom. So we made an omelet and steak pasta. Steak and pasta, actually. All with this little cute pan. I'm not gonna lie to you, this pan is really cute. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to using my other carbon steel pan. It's like all brolic and aggressive that I never really realized just how big it is. But this pan, even though it is a pretty big pan, it's 11 inches. It's cute, has a nice curved edges, so it's easy to flip pasta, make omelets, and also it's carbon steel, so you can basically cook whatever you want in it besides things that are acidic. Try to stay away from things that are acidic because it will ruin the seasoning. But besides that, bro, the buyer, y'all did y'all damn thing again. I like this. This is gonna get a lot of spins in my kitchen, especially for breakfast, because this is pretty much what I eat for breakfast every single morning. So this is gonna get a lot of work over here. Oh, I thought it was gonna be cool. It's not. All right, y'all, adios. I'm about to eat and then go to sleep. Boy, I'm tired, I ain't gonna cap. Give me this.
All right, so this is Future Nom. I just came to tell you guys that it was garlic and onion powder. That's what I was missing. The entire time it was right in front of my face, but I didn't even realize it. Wow. Anyways, so go ahead and try this recipe out. I think the sauce is amazing. Just do everything I did, but add garlic and onion powder. All right, peace. See you guys next time.
I did not forget. We still haven't even tried this pasta. This is the leftover pasta. Got a piece of the steak, some of the pasta. Let's see. 10 out of 10. We're still gonna work on this pasta sauce because I feel like I can make it better. I need a few days to ruminate and think about what I'm missing. But as of right now, we still need some more work on it, but I think this is gonna be a hit. It's gonna be one of my favorite ones. Fuck that chicken Alfredo shit.